Hello everybody, welcome to Crafty Soup. My name is Misty. Today I have for you a new project that I'm doing in 2022, and that is playing along with the Scrap Backwards group, and I will leave links for you so that you can find out information on that free group. So the premise here is to start with a partially used sticker sheet to use up your supplies, build a kit, and get some scrapping done. So I have this older sticker sheet that I've used a lot of the images off of already, and that is where I'm starting my kit build, and I'm pulling colors from those stickers, first in cardstock and then in coordinating pattern papers, because I know I'm going to use scraps of pattern paper. I do want cardstock in there to kind of act as a full 12 by 12 bases for layouts. Now I did choose this yellow piece because that previous print was tiny hearts that were blues and yellows, and I wanted the yellow not to feel lonely. And then a good neutral in wood grain, and some of the sticker sheets had a wood grain on them. So that plays into that well. A coordinating set of enamel dots, and then at the last minute I decided to pull some washi tape for more layering options. So I did go ahead and get a first layout out of this kit, and at first I thought I was going to use these photos here, but then the colors really didn't work very well with this kit at all. So I pulled these other photos. They're not great photos because I took them through a window out into the backyard because I was sneaking up on my kids hanging out together, and they'd actually set up a dinner date with friends, and they were having a dinner date party on the patio. So I thought that was kind of interesting, a new stage in their life and our lives. So I found that story a bit interesting. So I decided to start with the green base cardstock because there's a lot of green in my photos, so that will play well. And that green has a little bit of contrast to it too, because you can see it's more of a blue-green versus the background there. And then I'm just going to use the biggest piece of paper I have to set a block for my photos, which happens to be that wood grain. And then from there, I'm just going to use strips to add a little bit of layer and dimension to this layout. It's going to be a really simple layout, and you know what? That's okay. I'm using up my scraps. I'm using up sticker sheet that was just sitting around. So that is why this project exists, so that you can get more stories told and use up supplies and don't let them just sit there. So I have to make sure that I use those stickers because that's the whole point. And so I pull out a few bits and pieces here that I think are going to work. I like some of the black elements in those stickers, so that black gingham pattern paper that I chose is going to help balance out pops of black across the page. I am popping up some of these stickers with some foam dots so that it adds a little bit more texture and dimension, because like I said, this layout is really simple, so you want to add those little elements of layer to it so that it helps give it more interest. And using that washi tape again as one more layer there is another good thing. Now here I decided to make a little flag with the washi, and I knew I would try and add those somewhere else on the layout, but I end up scrapping that idea down the line. So I didn't have alpha in this particular kit because I wanted to use the alphas as they seem relevant to the stories. And so for this one, I just pulled out a simple black alpha because it does one more job of balancing the other black elements on the page. And I get my title on there, which, like I said, this was a dinner party for these young adults and teens. And so I was wanting to tell that story again. So I got my journaling down in under that title, and I did add more washi tape under the title to help give it a resting spot. And then I'm throwing on some enamel dots here and there. And then I find one more little tab to add the date onto, and that helps balances off the tab that I put at the top of the page. And then again, one more layer of detail here is outlining some of these paper and photo layers with a black pen, and that adds more dimension and texture without too much extra product on there. So here's a look at the final photos of this layout. I hope you got something useful out of this video. If you did, I would appreciate a like. Also go and check out the Scrap Backwards group, totally free. Fun people over there. And I will be back next week with a couple more videos for you. I do hope you'll join me then. I'll see you next time.